Hello, good morning. Jason here from Anyman Fitness. Decided I'd make a little bit of a video and discuss some holiday strategies for everybody. There are a few strategies and a few things that we have been discussing on our Photocracy Team Fitness group, the No Cardio Fat Shredding group, and I wanted to kind of give some of those thoughts and some of those ideas as far as holidays and how to deal with holidays in general so that it doesn't annihilate your waist, and it doesn't annihilate the scale. Because let's be honest, the holiday period, the period just coming up here from Thanksgiving until the first of the year when we all end up going back to our respective work, assuming you do in fact get time off, is a huge time of weight gain, quite frankly. And I've read a number of articles that have stated that the weight gain around the holidays and the fact that we don't negate some of the weight gain around the holidays is really a cause for some of our underlying obesity. As a society as a whole, there's a whole lot of people out there that'll gain 10 pounds over the holidays and then they'll lose 8 and they'll have a net gain of 2 pounds, and they do that every single year, and after 10 years you're 20 pounds heavier. So we want to be smart, we want to be strategic, and we want to make sure that we can navigate holiday parties, holiday occasions, social occasions with some intelligence. So let's discuss that a little bit and make sure that we understand how that works. First off, and this point is very important, you do not have to go to a Thanksgiving party, Christmas Eve party, Christmas party, social party, anything like that, and pick out. You don't have to. You can do your best if you're counting macros, if you're counting calories, if you're just trying to eat clean, whatever you're trying to do. You can go and not pick out. Like that, we tend to lose sight of that. People will come to me and go, "Oh my gosh, what should I do? I'm going to this party. I'm going to eat a whole bunch of stuff." And I say, "Well, why are you going to eat a whole bunch of stuff?" "Well, just because I do." "Well, okay, who says that you do?" "Well, my mom's there and she's going to make her cheesecake, and my aunt's there and she's going to have her Buckeye balls, and then my cousin always wants me to drink and drink and drink, so I'm going to have 10 beers." Are these people making these decisions for you? I would never, ever, ever, ever tell anybody, a client, a friend, a family member, that you should bring a Tupperware container full of chicken breast and broccoli to a family party. You should not do that. But who says that you have to go hog wild and you have to binge and you have to eat a whole bunch of nonsense? Who says that? Right? And if you really want to conquer your waistline and you really want to conquer the physical aspect of your body, you're going to have to learn to master the art of saying no. When your grandma tries to shove pumpkin pie and ice cream down your throat, when your cousin decides to hand you, a beer when all you've done is taken a sip out of the first one, you need to learn how to say no thank you. If you don't learn how to say no thank you, then when you hit those family situations, those social gatherings, you're going to be inundated with food and drink, and pretty soon, you're just going to throw caution to the wind and say screw it, and you're not going to be happy with yourself the next morning, or ultimately, once January hits, you step on a scale and you go, holy crap, right? So keep that in mind. It is okay to say no. That's okay. It's okay on Thanksgiving to eat a big old chunk of turkey, a little helping of mashed potatoes, and maybe a nice salad on the side, and call that your Thanksgiving dinner. That's okay. I know that's not too much fun, but that's okay. You are within your rights to do that, and only you get to control what goes into your body. So now, after we talked about all of that, let's discuss some actual strategies. First off, strategy number 1, and this came to me from a Photocracy member, and this is an excellent strategy. Make Thanksgiving a workout day, train fasted, save all your macros for the meal, and do your best to hit them. And then get your whole day's macros in that one meal, and then try to hit them as close. Obviously, it's going to be a huge estimation because you got stuffing and mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes and cranberry sauce and turkey. And so it's going to be an estimation, sure, of course. But even if you're over, you shouldn't be over by anything crazy. And the odds are, if you train fasted, then you get all of your food in that one meal, just for that one day, right? I wouldn't recommend doing that, 365. But if you do it for just that one day, odds of eating over your caloric maintenance for that one day are actually pretty low, right? For most of us, we'd need to eat 2,000, 3,000 calories in one sitting. I can do it pretty easily, but you probably can't, unless you have a black hole for a stomach or you're 6'8", 250 like I am. So that's an excellent strategy. Save your train fasted in the morning, stay hydrated, and then at your meal, try to do your best to guess your macros and hit your macros perfectly. Another awesome strategy that clients use sometimes if you're not going to do that, if you're going to turn it into one meal and you don't feel like trying to count, because I get that. It's never a good idea. If you know there's no way I'm going to actually count accurately, then having the mindset of I'm going to count is probably not the best idea. Because when you have the mindset of I'm going to count, and then you realize when you're caught in the heat of the moment, I have no clue what my macros are, it tends to create this like psychological spiral downhill, and you're just you start ending up eating everything and saying I'm already over my macros, who cares, food, right? I've been there before, right? I've got some binge eating tendencies, so I kind of know how that works. But one other strategy that I definitely give to clients and that people use, that I've used on multiple occasions, is simply fast the whole day. Get your caffeine in, stay very, very hydrated. If you can't make it on zero food, then at the least, maybe some dry vegetables, some broccoli or something like that. But you'd be surprised at how easy a 24-hour fast is. It's really not that difficult to do. I thought it would freak me out at first, but I've gone up to 36 and even 40 hours. I've gone a full day without eating any food, and it's not as hard as you think it is. It's definitely like a light switch. Like when you're not eating it, it's like out of sight, out of mind. Go flip on the football game, hang out with friends, do your thing, and then wait for dinner. But fast the whole day, and then when it's time for dinner, we're going to be strategic. And we are going to put massive heapings of the white meat turkey on that plate. So much so that you want to aim for your macros for the entire day on that plate. So for a big guy like me, my macros, my protein macro right now is 230. So that means 2.3 pounds of turkey. So giddy up, time to eat. Right? So you get that massive amount of turkey. Yours is likely lower than 230, but then you get some others as well. But get some mashed potatoes, get some stuffing, get some cranberries, so get what you want. But smaller sizes, smarter sizes. And here's what you do: you eat the protein, and then you use the others just as a taste change, right? Nobody wants to eat 2 pounds of turkey just straight up. So you take a bite of the turkey, and you take a little bit of mashed potatoes. And you take a bite of the turkey, you take a bite of the turkey, you take a little bite of stuffing. Take a bite of the turkey, a little bite of a roll, right? Just to mix things up. It makes it palatable. It breaks up the monotony of the protein, and the protein should be the bulk of the food, right? It's going to fill you up. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to satiate you. It's going to make you, protein is a wonderful thing, so we definitely want to emphasize that. So then when you get done with all of that, if you've still got room and it's time for a dessert plate, get a dessert plate. Don't make it heap. I mean, you can take advantage of this rule, like if you fill up every single spot on there and you make it like that high, right? And it's pie on top of pie on top of pie on top of ice cream on top of pie on top of whipped cream, right? But get a piece of pie, get a little bit of ice cream, get a cookie, get a brownie. Make a nice dessert tray. When you're done with your dessert tray, you're done eating. Now, here's the important part, though. When you're done with that, your eating is over. So what you want to do is you want to have a physical trigger. An actual physical thing, not mental thing, a physical thing that you are going to do to signify my day is done, my meal is over, and I'm not going to eat anymore. Whether here's some awesome options depending on where you are. The northern part of the United States right now is getting blasted with cold. I'm up here in Michigan just dying in the mornings. But throw on a jacket, go on a walk. Grab somebody, grab a family member. Hey, let's go for a walk. And just go on a 10-minute walk. And on that 10-minute walk, talk, and actually mentally shut it down, psychologically shut it down. I'm done now. I'm getting back into control of things. I'm not going to eat anymore. I'm not going to wait 2 hours and have another piece of pie or more cookies or another plate of food. You're done. I'm finished. So go outside and shoot baskets. Put a piece of gum in your mouth. Ask somebody for a toothpick. Put a toothpick in your mouth. Pour yourself a drink, something along those lines. Which leads me to the final thought, is drinking on Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's. If you do the fasted route and you decide to drink before your meal, you are going to get drunk fast because you got no food in your belly. So be very careful. And when you're drinking, you want to make sure that you go red wines, unflavored liquors, 0-calorie mixers. Stay away from the beers if you can. But you do definitely want to make sure that you're not drinking copious amounts in the fasted state, or else you might be sleeping through your Thanksgiving dinner. But and then here's one more catch. You want to use this as sparingly as possible, maybe 2 or 3 times, because you are probably going to be overeating. You're going to be eating over your maintenance. So you want to pick 2 to 3 times. Maybe you pick Thanksgiving, you pick Christmas, and then you pick New Year's Day, right? Okay, there, I picked it 3 times. The other times, you want to be as close to on point as you can, really, in order to make sure that at the very or at the very least, I apologize, you maintain through the holidays. If you decide that you're going to use this strategy like 8 times, yeah, it's probably not going to work. And then the best part is you're now a weightlifter. So when you eat all that yummy, delicious, fantastic food, time to chase them gains. Get in that weight room, smash those weights, and end up putting all that food to good use. So that's just some holiday thoughts, some strategy thoughts. Hopefully you enjoy them. Hopefully you implement them. I know next Thursday I'll be implementing them. I will be fasting all day long, eating massive amounts of turkey and taking care of business. And Friday morning, I'm going to be smashing those legs. So have a good one, everybody. Hopefully everybody's Thanksgiving is wonderful. If you are watching this, then make sure that you know what that means. That means that you have the internet. That means that you have either a smartphone or a tablet or a PC. That means that you are able to get emails. And that means that you know me. So there's a lot to give thanks for. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everybody.